My idea for the Golden Balance at first was to start, some sort of restaurant because I always loved to cook. And then that all led me to social media. What got me into food and wanting to turn food into a business was I always wanted to start a restaurant. So Middle Easterners and Arabs are known for their hospitality. If you get invited to our house, we're gonna try to feed you, we're gonna try to do all that good stuff. So for me, it was just kind of like ingrained in me that I loved hospitality. It all led to this, this passion of I wanna feed people. I always was on social media at the same time. You can tend to such a large audience through social media. It's such a glorious thing if it's used in a proper way. So for me, it was just like, I could take my passion for food. I'm an average Joe that's learned how to cook just through experience. I'm 24 years old, I'm a business student, but I cook at night and I do it for fun. And I do think that just being from Flint and going through these experiences and working at 100K have led to how you present the food and your personality through the screen. What makes me stand out from most people on social media is a couple things. I never used expensive ingredients. I was from Flint, Michigan, which is lacking accessibility to certain ingredients. So whatever I had, most people have access to. But for me, it's just like, I like to present food in a fun way. My target audience is an average Joe. I want someone that has no clue how to cook, want to be encouraged to get into the kitchen and try to make something. Like, that's my target. And that's why I never wore a chef hat. First of all, I'm not a chef. Second of all, it's very intimidating and you perceive that person as unattainable. I'm just a dude that cooks, and I just show it to the world, and I tell people that all the time. I'm nowhere near chef, but if I could do it, you could do it. And that filled such a void. The skills that I learned at 100K as an employee/client were immense, to be honest, and it just taught me how to think like an entrepreneur. I just learned that branding was very important. I wanted to put out to the world what I wanted to be known for as well. So it really helped me, kind of be laser focused on a purpose, filling that niche, and just, going for it rather than having such a broad spectrum. But there's something that 100K taught me big time was value. What's the value? What are you providing for the world?
Baking powder actually chemically reacts with the surface of the chicken wing and makes it crispy in comparison to like flour or cornstarch.
So working with the Flint community has been sort of tough just because of the pandemic. I mean, for the last year and a half, we've been bunkered down and, just a lot of the human interactions has been completely eliminated. And a lot of people are not really, turned on to go virtual, especially the people in need in Flint don't have virtual access in the first place. So that's something that I'm very passionate about. I'm very proud to be from Flint. Everyone's like, oh, you're from Flint, how's the water? And that's all they know about Flint. But I think it's very rich in culture. I live in downtown. I like to eat at local restaurants. I go to the farmer's market Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. Every time it's open, I'm there. The small differences that are hopefully gonna lead to larger impacts of the greater Flint community. For my next steps, thinking a little bit more big picture, on my website I have is to try to help end world hunger, which is such a big goal and people kind of laugh at that, but I've always had a passion on feeding people that are either less fortunate or hungry. And just being in Flint, there's a lot of people that are less fortunate. And for me, it was just like, hopefully I could position myself and my business, I guess, in a way to actually help people. I don't know how I'm gonna do it yet, but hopefully one day you could go to thegoldenbalance.com and you could see, a place to eat if you don't have food. For me, it's encouraging people to cook. That's the best way, but there's also people that don't have that ability, and we want to represent the misrepresented.
Okay, so what I like to do is press down on the chicken wing just a little bit, just like this, and kind of release all that meat. This is why I love flats.
A part of me giving back to my community started before even, social media at all. And it started with 100K. For me, it was insane because people would come in from, the Flint area in general. Obviously, there's other people from other populations. Flint folks would come down to us and we would help them create their business. We would help, guide them towards that. We're creating this binder for you, which was our bread and butter, no pun intended. The binder that we would create for these folks would give them a light whether it's worth pursuing such dreams. And if they would like to pursue, whatever business it was, we would help do that. I truly mean this, and not because the camera's here, not because I loved 100K and I love what they're doing for the community. And I just love trying to, spew entrepreneurship through the city. Flint is slowly improving and it's making its mark. I mean, I think slowly with all these small businesses starting, and then you have Calm Clothing, and you have all these individuals that have gone through 100K, making a big deal. So it's small, but it's getting bigger as we go.